Today we're taking a look at the football fandom and the moments in which some of them went so far that not only did they wow, melt, shock and repulse the world, they booked themselves places in history as the most outrageous and extreme sports fans. Number 18. Superfan goes to every World Cup match. First up we have the ultimate superfan, popular British YouTuber Theo Orden, also known as Thornton, who set the Guinness World Record most capped World Cup attendee, 64 caps. Last year, after attending all 64 matches live at 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, he registered his attendance in every game in a challenge dubbed the Impossible Challenge in partnership with football media company Copa 90, and is the first person in history to ever pull off such an impressive dedication to the beautiful game in a foreign country. Not a great haircut, I think, but he is still a legend. Number 17. Japanese spectators clean stands after World Cup match. Chill, chant, clean was the motto that the Japanese fans abided by at the World Cup last year and won the admiration and astonishment of not just the stadium's staff in Qatar, but of people all over the world for this shocking display of next-level manners and respect, which is why they get a special mention in this list. After spending hours cheering under a blistering midday sun, they took only a moment to wallow in the disappointment of their team's 1-0 loss to Costa Rica before pulling out blue trash bags and meticulously cleaning the stands, stuffing all sorts of litter into them before handing them over to clearly delighted stadium workers before heading out. Number 16. Turkish fans invade pitch with toys. Football Show has some of the sweetest and most caring fans in the world, and another example of this is the love and compassion of these incredible Turkish fans who threw thousands of stuffed animals and toys on the pitch during a match between Besiktas and Antalyaspor at Vodafone Park on February 6th. The toys were meant for the latest survivors of the devastating earthquake that killed about 50,000 people across Turkey and Syria last year. Players rushed to collect the stuffed animals while the scoreboard screen flashed with license plate numbers of the 11 Turkish provinces impacted by earthquake. The game even stopped at 4 minutes and 17 seconds to correspond with the time the earthquake struck southeastern Turkey for 17 a.m. local time, and its little acts of active kindness and respect like these make the world a better place. Number 15. 8-year-old steals football off the pitch. Where you have generous fans who also have the most unusual football thieves like this 8-year-old lad at Anfield who wanted to get his hands on a football so badly that he ran onto the pitch during a live match, grabbed a ball and scrambled back with it into the hands where he was helped by all occurs. Clearly a risk taker at such a young age, but certainly not the smartest 8-year-old you'll ever see. Number 40. Man puts cap on World Cup trophy. I'll bet you this kid might just become the next Jimmy Jump, who is better known for racing across the fields during matches, especially Champions League matches. His latest craziest antic that puts him on this list is his brave attempt to put a cap on the World Cup trophy last year. You'd think that at least the World Cup would have the best security in the world, but Jimmy Jump put it all to shame. Shortly before the start of 2010 World Cup final, he ran onto the pitch and almost managed to place a cap on the trophy before vanishing under an army of security guards. And that's not even the first time. Jimmy had crashed Spain's performance at the 2010 Eurovision Song Contest, which means he wasn't interested in just limiting his skills to football, where he had plenty of practice of running onto the pitch during many high-profile football games, including one time when he handed a Barcelona t-shirt to Thierry Henry before he had even joined Barcelona. Talk about foresight and guts. Number 13. Pitch invader grabs Messi's neck. As funny as it seems, it's not always the smartest thing to rush out to a football pitch, but this Ecuador fan was so desperate to get a selfie with Lionel Messi that he literally ran onto the pitch faster than the security guards grabbed an unimpressed Messi by the neck and held his phone up for a selfie. Lucky for him, Messi, who chose to remain calm although he could have showed him away, gained a reputation for being one of the calmest players in the world because of this encounter. Number 12. Fan grabs Ronaldo's shirt. There was another crazy fan who took like a speed demon to the Old Trafford pitch, dodging security just to momentarily grab hold of an unsuspecting Cristiano Ronaldo's shirt after Manchester United's win over Atlanta. Thankfully, security wasn't far behind and caught a hold of the guy before he could do anything objectionable, and I bet you Ronaldo's anger and glare isn't as subdued as Messi's. Number 11. Everton fan ties his neck to goalpost. You have to admit, most pitch invaders have the weirdest and sometimes scary agendas that often have nothing to do with a beautiful game. This 21-year-old guy became the most hated person in Everton history for disrupting a match to tie himself with a metal-enforced zip tie to the goalpost during Everton's match against Newcastle, while vlogging the entire thing only to, in his own words, quote unquote, preach about how the UK government should stop using oil. Not sure if his ridiculous actions got the result he was looking for, but he was given a 6-week prison sentence, a £550 fine, and a 3-year football ban, which was well deserved. Number 10. A fan handcuffs himself to goalpost at Everton match. Football events, and especially the big tournaments, have millions and millions of viewers around the world, which is why some people think they are the perfect opportunity to make a statement in protest, and Everton matches seem to have become a hotspot for protesters. In February 2012, Liverpool fan John Foley was in Goodison Park to watch the Manchester City vs Everton match, but that wasn't his only plan, because his real mission involved handcuffing himself to Manchester City goalkeeper Joe's goalpost to protest against the low-cost airline Ryanair's treatment of his daughter. Some players even talked to him and even pleaded with him, but Foley didn't budge until the police stepped in and took him off the pitch. Number 9. Serial streaker Vitaly Zdorowetsky. It really makes me wonder what in the world runs through the minds of some fans who go to infuriating lengths to get what they want and do anything to get attention, as if they personally own the pitches or stadiums with no regard for the match or the players. One guy has even made a career out of pitch invasions, but with a twist. Streaking of social media clout, and his antics made him one of the world's most prolific and ambitious pranksters. Vitaly Zdorowetsky, a Russian YouTube comic known for his viral hoaxes, ran onto the pitch half-naked with natural-born prankster, scrolled down his torso during the second half of Germany's match against Argentina at Rio's famous Maracana Stadium, and tried to plan a kiss on an extremely unimpressed German player, Benedikt Wiedis, before being restrained by security. The streaker, who disrupted Argentina's quarter-final clash against the Netherlands, tried to repeat his antics again in the World Cup final. Thinking his serial streaking games is a smart way to gain followers. A topless Zdorowetsky earned headlines across the globe again last year when he zoomed onto the pitch in Qatar, and Argentina and Netherlands clash had to be temporarily halted while he was escorted off the pitch. Obviously, he posted a video about it, but it only got him 186k views, which is nothing compared to a streaking video from 2014 that got him over 16 million views. He later revealed that he had also tried to streak at the World Cup final despite being banned, and all I think is, what an idiot. Number 8. Female streaker Kinsey Wolanski. Can't blame guys for not having brains when you have women doing the same. Kinsey Wolanski is probably America's most famous football fan who worked as a model, but is best known for streaking on the pitch during 2019 Champions League's final. And get this, she did it for Vitaly Zdorowetsky. I mean, real facepalm moment, because unlike the protesters who kinda had realistic reasons for latching themselves to the goalpost, Kinsey's only motivation was promoting her now former partner's website in a PR stunt reportedly worth 7 figures in advertising. She really trolled Spurs Harry Winks, joking that he had appeared distracted as she ran past him. And that's not even her first time. Kinsey had taken center stage in a match between Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur in a swimsuit printed with the name of her ex-boyfriend YouTube channel on the front. Despite being pushed out for being a disgrace, reportedly even police officers wanted to take photos with her, and she was on the cover of every football magazine all over the world. On top of which, she gained over 3 million followers on Insta. But still, I can't help but wonder why she and Vitaly broke up. Number 7. Married fan caught kissing girlfriend on screen. But maybe something like this happened. A married Barcelona fan in Ecuador got busted in front of the whole world for kissing his side chick at a match. The awkward situation captured in the kiss cam video was circulating all over the internet, and people had a blast making memes about it. Number 6. Fan tosses big ad at Louis figure. Football fans really take the cake for being craziest and scariest. The Figo's transfer from Barcelona to Real Madrid in 2000 remains a stuff of folklore, and a tale Culés will never forget very close to seriously Armageddon. Players' loyalty to clubs is sometimes considered honourable when everyone knows about Barca and Madrid's timeless rivalry, but some fans don't take transfers too kindly and end up in gross act of harassment. Some fans say Figo's move was an act of betrayal, and when he faced off against his former team in Camp Nou, all hell broke loose. 100,000 Barcelona fans booed Figo, and one fan even threw a roasted pig's head at him as he was lining up to kick the ball. That's taken Fanatic to a whole new level of grossness. Number 5. Moroccan fans torch vehicles. Another example of criminal behavior by the fans of the beautiful game was in Amsterdam last November, when several Moroccan fans celebrated with firecrackers and burning cars and e-scooters and threw bricks at cars in Brussels in instant riots following a World Cup match in which Morocco won 2-0 against Belgium, causing off $50,000 worth of damages. The celebratory riots were so bad that even the local police were too scared to step in, and some residents linked it to a war zone. Number 4. Argentinian fans flood the streets to celebrate with Messi and the team. Can't blame Argentinians for wanting to catch a glimpse of the GOAT Messi and his team in an open-top bus parade after their phenomenal World Cup victory for the first time in 36 years in 2022. Some 5 million people descended into the streets of Buenos Aires and thronged around the bus. The police decided that it would be better to evacuate the team for safety reasons, and Messi and his boys were then airlifted out of the area in 5 choppers. Number 3. Losing bet on Argentina. Sure, Argentina won the World Cup last year, and of course it is the second best football playing country in the world, which is why it made sense for one of its supporters to place a bet $160,000 in an early match against Saudi Arabia, which ranked at number 49 in the world back then. Unfortunately, no one saw the underdog's defeat coming in what was thought to have been an easy win, and that was a lot of money down the drain. I just hope he had to bet the house on that match as well. What a bummer. I'll bet he had a lot of explaining to do when he got home back. Number 2. Male spectators fanboy over handsome Korean footballer. It is no secret that people tease girls all over the world for having crushes on Korean dudes, but when Son Heung-min, waving at all male spectators during the World Cup last year, showed the world that Korean guys work their magic both ways. I'll bet they couldn't sleep at night thinking, OMG, he waved at me. That's the real 1% who weren't afraid of their new man crush, which is why they almost top this list. And number 1, a fan saves dad a footballer. But nothing comes close to this level of love and humanitarianism that takes the top spot on our list today. In March of 2012, Bolton player Fabrice Mamba suddenly collapsed in the 21st minute in the first half of the game. At first, no one approached him, but he was eventually pronounced dead for more than 4 minutes until one of his fans jumped to the field and saved his life. Tottenham fan Andrew Dina, a cardiologist, gave it his all to help doctors fight to save Fabrice's life. After Fabrice was rushed to hospital, doctors there declared that it was the fan who had effectively saved Fabrice's life after his heart had stopped functioning. And Fabrice later thanked the fan for bravely saving his life. That's something football fans could learn from, and it's wise and gusty moments like this that make even footballers proud of the fans. Let me know what your favorite unique fan moment was down below. If you have ever done anything crazy as a football fan yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.